What's up, nerds? Welcome to Power Blocks Expansion Pack, our YouTube exclusive series here, starting in 2018. I'm your host, Corey Derrigan. Joining me, Edward and Jesse. Guys, we're finally doing it. We're finally bringing on the YouTube bonus content for Power Block.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Woo! For those of you just kind of finding this video, just so you know, Nintendo Power Block is NGR Radio's Nintendo podcast, and Expansion Pack is the kind of YouTube exclusive segment for that podcast. It's going to be a short video. Well, this one might be a little bit longer because it's a pretty in-depth question, but usually somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes around there. A nice digestible little YouTube video for you to consume, and we answer your questions. You can email the show to have your question read on Expansion Pack at nintendopowerblock@gmail.com with the subject line Expansion Pack, and we will read it here. We also do the question block segment on Nintendo Power Block, but, you know, it just makes it fun. So, might be about Nintendo, might not be about Nintendo, might not even be about video games, but
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Sometimes you guys write in some crazy questions. So, here we go. Our first question comes from Megan Green. She writes, now that 2017 is seemingly over, what do you see coming to 2018 what do you see in 2018, and will it make an impact on Switch? So basically, a couple weeks ago, Edward and I created this list of games coming to Nintendo Switch either in 2018 or at an unspecified date in the future, aka Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon. So there are a ton of games on this list, and you know, she wanted to know if it'll make as big of an impact as Mario and Zelda this year. I don't think individually some of these games will make as big of an impact as Zelda and Mario did, but I think as a collective whole, we are getting a lot of quality titles that together will make an impact and sell systems. So, how do you guys want to do this? Ed, do you want to just like read off a lot of these games? And then we'll just kind of pick a few to talk about and see, like, you know, how is it going to make an impact?
Yes.
As you can tell, we didn't really plan anything, really. We just read the questions and we were just like, oh, okay, this will be fun.
Let's do it.
Well, we're going to get some of the ones that we definitely know that's coming in 2018. Like, we got Kirby, we got a new Yoshi game, and we got Wolfenstein 2. So, and the one from Square, that's also coming out.
Lost Sphear is coming. And
just start.
Yeah. Okay. So 2018.
Lost Sphear.
Sorry, Ed. I didn't.
Lost Sphear. Oh,
I sent Jesse the list, and I didn't send you the list. Wow. I'm sorry. This is just a bad first episode, everybody. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. But those are some that we know that are coming. That, you know, Lost Sphear, when people playing the demo, it's giving you an idea of what the game is going to be about. So that for impact, I really think that it's going to be a really strong game, like I Am Setsuna. I think it's going to do great sales for the Switch, and you know, it's going to continue that that portable RPG that's been on 3DS. And you know, me and Corey have talked about that. So that's what I'm definitely looking forward to. Wolfenstein 2, if it does the numbers like Doom has done, we could hopefully see more Bethesda for this E3 show more support for this game. Because, hey, my thing is I'm predicting Dishonored 2 collection, where you get or the Dishonored collection, where you get 1, 2, and Dishonored 2's DLC.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, I don't know if you're going to get, like, Dishonored 1, but I could definitely see, like, they did that Curse of the Outsider collection where you got Dishonored 2 and that standalone expansion. So I could definitely see them trying to do something like that. You know,
Yeah.
we know that the studio that ported Doom, Panic Button, we know that they have two teams that are really good at porting games, and you know,
Yes.
Panic Button ported Doom, and Panic Button is porting Wolfenstein. Maybe their next project is another Switch game, or you know, and maybe it is Dishonored, maybe it's something like Prey or something. Like Prey has a lot of systems that I don't know how Nintendo's system could handle all that behind the scenes kind of stuff. But like, look, I didn't know Doom and Skyrim would be able to run on Switch, and look, we got both of those. And Panic Button is doing a great job porting these games. And like, I think Bethesda, out of everybody right now, is making a case for being one of the best publishers out there. You know, especially in terms of single player campaigns and stuff. Like they have the hashtag #SavePlayer1, which they released at the Game Awards. They have put out so many single player games this year. Another thing I think they could be working on also is The Evil Within, probably might be coming to Switch as well. I think that would be an easier game to port than something like Dishonored. You know, it's a pretty straightforward survival horror game that was also on 360, and
I think that would make a great October game for 2018.
Yeah.
Like, and just like make it a collection, like the DLC.
Especially if they want to compete with Capcom, you know, because like Capcom has already said they're going to start porting games to Switch, and like my money's on Resident Evil. You know, they've already announced Mega Man and all these Street Fighter games. Like my money from Capcom, if they're going to port games to Switch, my money's on everything Resident Evil. You know, the HD 1 and 0 collection that was on PS4 and Xbox One earlier this year. 4, 5, and 6 I think are definites. Maybe even 7. You know, they have that engine running on Switch, so like we could see those games possibly. And if Bethesda wants to compete with them that way,
and it's so funny. I think the Switch version could give you an idea what the PSVR version did, but I think Capcom may be able to do more with the Switch version if they brought Resident Evil 7 to it.
Well, it's kind of like the DS versions of their games. Like, remember when they remade the original and they had like the whole like touch screen? You know, they added features to it. I think that's something that, you know, like the Switch has so much potential yet, as far as like adding, you know, ways to play games that they really haven't used much yet. But I think that would be good games to use, like the HD Rumble and all that stuff on. So,
oh my goodness, playing that game, and this is not too much a spoiler, but you get your hand cut off in Resident Evil 7, and to have the Joy-Con in your hand, and
I was playing that like early NGR stuff, like when Joey was still kind of doing stuff with us. Me and him were playing through that first couple hours of Resident Evil, and you can see the first 2 or 3 hours of Resident Evil 7 on our YouTube page, and it was like, dude, when that chick is like running after you with that chainsaw, and you're like you just literally see his hand get cut off, and you see him staple it back on. I'm just like, dude, no, dude, that game, like, there's some uncanny valley stuff going on with the animations in that game, but that game, like, in the right lighting and like the right situations, that game looks super realistic, and like just to see that, and it's that's so gross.
I still haven't gotten to do it in VR yet, but my friend that's got PSVR just picked up Resident Evil 7 for it, so
yes,
I'm gonna try it hopefully soon next time we get together.
Oh man, that's so gross.
Well, let me run down this for you guys. So we have Lost Sphere.
Spoilers. I just sent Ed the list, so he can now read it.
Rocket League, Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, Gear Club Unlimited, Bayonetta 1 and 2. Yes. Payday 2, Fire Emblem, Yoshi, Kirby's Star Allies, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, Mega Man X Collection, Mega Man 11, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Project Octopath Traveler. I think people are just calling it Octopath Traveler. I think they not calling it Project for some reason.
Well, I like Project Octopath Traveler, okay? I think it's cool. Oh, by the way, I know this is coming out probably 2 weeks after we record this, but did you see the Bravely Default team tweeted for the first time in probably 8 months, and they tweeted a picture of Bravely Default's main character with Joy-Cons and a Christmas tree?
No, I didn't see this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It was cool. I'm like, oh man, if they put Bravely Default on Switch, I'm like,
That's it. I'm spending $50. If they do it, I want a collection of 1 and 2.
They've got to be.
Gosh, dude.
I mean, why would they do that?
They just said, hope everybody's having a happy holidays here from whatever the studio's name is. I forget what the studio's name is. I'm so sorry. But they're like, it was the main character in the Bravely Default, the painterly art style stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just her kind of doing one of these with the Joy-Cons, and then you could see the Switch in her jacket pocket, the screen, and then the Christmas tree behind her had I don't know, themed ornaments. I'm just saying. It was cool.
That game looks beautiful on 3DS, and to see it on the sorry is out, we have to put it on the big screen. I have got to see this in HD. I mean, of course I can see it on my TV, but I'm I want to see this mug on the big screen. If they bring in the Switch, dude, they have to.
Yeah.
I did not even think about that, but now that you mention it, yeah. Starlink, Battle for Atlas, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, Atelier, Liddy, and Suela, Shovel Knight, King of Cards, Fear Effect, Sedna, Outlast, Outlast 2, Outlast Whistleblower, Dragon Quest Builders, Fae, Battle Chasers, Night War, and Valkyrie Chronicles 4. That's just some of it. 2018 Beyond, we have Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon, Marvel's The Avengers, Marvel's Unannounced Project 2, Dragon Quest 11, Bridge Constructor, Portal, Fear Effect Reinvented. I think Bridge Constructor, no, Bridge Constructor is out.
Bridge Constructor's out, but the Portal version is not.
Okay. For our Nindies, we got Black, The Fall, Inside, Steam World Heist, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, Flipping Death, Blade Strangers, The Escapist, The End Is Not. Well, The Escapist 2 is coming out soon. I know they announced that.
Yeah, some of these Nindies have come out since I made this list. So I know Black the Fall came out. SteamWorld Heist will be out by the time this episode comes out. The End of Nye is also out. And something else was out too. I think Towerfall is going to be out by the time this comes out.
Yeah. Morpheus Law, Owlboy, Hollow Knight, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. I really want to play that one. Bloodstain, Furry, Super Meat Boy Forever, Towerfall Ascension, Shakedown Hawaii, Penny Pushy Princess, Red Out. And I want to add Don Dama, because I think that one isn't out yet. I think that one got pushed back. I was just trying to see if it was out, and it's not out yet.
Yeah, there's a couple indies that were supposed to come out in 2017 that won't be out till later 2018. So, but I mean, look, that list, if there's something on that list that doesn't interest you, then you're wrong. I'm sorry. There's so much on that list. That's not even okay, so if we just go down the Nintendo titles, right? There's Metroid Prime 4, which I know we're all pretty excited for. Pokemon is I mean, that's going to sell systems like hotcakes. Marvel's The Avengers project that Square Enix is working on is going to be on Switch. Come on. If they're putting that on Switch, where's my Tomb Raider game? I'm sorry. Which, by the way,
Rise.
I need Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Switch, please. I don't care. I want them all on
Okay.
Switch, but I want
So-
Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Switch.
So, do we say spring, April announcement, or do we wait for E3?
What, for Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
Yeah, don't forget what
CES,
Square's
I
waiting.
think. Not CES. Dude.
Game Developers Conference.
PAX East. PAX East, I think.
When is PAX East?
April 5th through the 8th, and I'm going. All right. I'm so excited.
That would be awesome if they announced that while you're there.
I know.
That would be like the perfect thing to be announced.
I will literally Google Hangout with you, Corey. I would be like, you need to get on. I don't care. We're going to record a Nintendo Pop. Like, I don't care if you're in the bathroom.
Dude, I'm gonna be Instagram stories the whole time, and like I'm gonna be Facebook living the whole time. Like,
I'm going to find if they announce that while I'm at work, I'm going to get on the phone with you. Be like, Corey,
yeah,
I don't care if we do audio. We got to do something because we need to record this real quick. We'll grab Jesse. We'll wake him out of his sleep.
yeah. We'll
Can
wake up
you
Jesse.
can you still YouTube live, or do they have?
Yeah.
Do you have the?
Yeah.
So like, because like,
we
how
YouTube
well
live.
does it work?
It's okay. I think Twitch IRL is better than YouTube Live. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that or something. But like, just looking at this list, man. Like, we've got just in January and February alone, we've got that Rocket League Special Edition coming. We've got Payday 2. We've got Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming, and like the rumor right now is like Kirby Star Allies is going to be available in January. Like, a lot of websites have it listed as January 19th release date. Like, not just retailers. Stuff like IGN has it listed for January 19th. Places like GameSpot. So, like, whatever that direct might be happening in a couple days. We at the time of this recording, we don't know yet. But, like, we've got a mainline Fire Emblem game coming. A ton of Mega Man stuff, Street Fighter stuff. Like, Wolfenstein 2 is probably the biggest third-party game that's coming. Like, we have so much to be excited for Switch. And like, look,
we might even start the direct off with Pikmin 4.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
we
that's
haven't
what I'm
even
hoping
like
for.
Pikmin 4. And like the rumored games right now are Pikmin 4, Donkey Kong, Mario Maker, and Smash are the 4 big ones that people are expecting Nintendo to announce this year for the fall.
Mhm.
You know, and what a killer fall lineup that would be. Like, Donkey Kong, Mario Maker, Smash, and what did I just say? What was the 4th one I just said? But I mean, like, anyways, like, what a killer lineup that would be without all these games, and we've still got all these
Yes.
games coming. So
Yeah.
And who knows what Konami is developing something. I don't know if Metal Gear Survivor is taking all that time, but they got to be planning something for Switch.
I mean,
for
the rumor for the longest time has been that Twin Snakes remake in the Fox engine, right? So, I honestly don't really care for that. Like, I would rather just have them port like Metal Gear 5 over to Switch, because I think that game fits, you know, with the semi-open world kind of whatever. Like, I could sit there and play it on the couch without ever really worrying about it. But I don't know, man. There's a lot to be excited for, and I think a lot of it, even the stuff that is announced, is enough to make an impact on sales for Switch in 2018. You know, people that are still trying to find one will buy it for Zelda.
Oh, Corey,
What?
don't forget what you announced. That Data East collection.
Well, I didn't announce it. I posted it in the Facebook group. But
I mean,
to be fair, the only semi-relevant game from Data East is Bad Dudes. So like, does anybody really want an arcade accurate Bad Dudes?
Burger time.
No, nobody
Enjoy
wants
Matt.
Burger time.
There's enough of that garbage on iPhone. I don't need it on my
Joe
Switch.
and Matt Karnoff.
I actually downloaded
Fighters
Burger
History.
Time on my phone, and it's awful. There.
Dude,
I used to
I tried
play that on Atari so much.
dude, I tried.
Yeah, I love that game.
I was looking for some like Atari stuff, and like, speaking of phone games, Activision released a free Atari Classics, and like, like 10 of the games are free, and then you pay like 99 cents for each additional game or whatever. And Kaboom was one of the free ones.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, touchscreen Kaboom does not work. Like, it works surprisingly awful. And all you have to do is drag the bucket to catch the bombs. Like, that's all that game is dragging the bucket to catch the bombs. And the touchscreen is terrible. Oh, but
at least you didn't play the White Castle Atari game.
Oh, please, just.
Oh God, I didn't even know they made one.
Yes, they
like,
did.
That's like pre-sneaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sneak King was probably better.
Yeah,
I know. But on this list though, really quick, I like, for me, if they did announce, like, let's say I didn't have a Switch already, and for me, I'd buy one just for Yoshi, and if they do a Pikmin 4, for sure.
Yeah, like, look, there are games, like, okay, we deal with a lot of communities who are like, oh man, they kind of scoff at Kirby and Yoshi and like their kids' games or whatever. But they, like, those games aren't for you, man. They're for like people with kids. Like, Yoshi and Kirby games are intentionally easy for kids to get into platformers, right? It's like, yeah, okay, Yoshi's Woolly World was extremely easy unless you went back and tried to collect everything, and that's where the challenge is for us, right? And so was Kirby and Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. That game was extremely easy unless you were trying to draw stuff to get to the secret stuff. Like, there's challenge built into the harder stuff, and that's what Nintendo does best, is creating a game that everybody can enjoy, but the hardcore can go in and tackle too. You know, like,
yes.
Mario Odyssey is a great Switch example of that on Switch. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of moons, but like, somebody can finish that game with, you know, 150 moons and be like, look, that was fun. I had fun with that, you know. And it's easy for a kid to run around the areas and find moons and jump on Goombas and stuff and still have fun. You know, it's Nintendo has done a lot over the years in making these games easy enough to get into and challenging to master. And that's part of the reason why we love them. That and like their Nintendo, and it's extremely fun to talk about. But you know, there's a ton of games on this list that I'm excited for, and even like Wolfenstein 2, you know, that's a game I'm looking forward to on Switch because I think it's cool that you can get a game like that on Switch. And it may not be the 4K Xbox One X enhanced version of it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't really need that. You know, I think it's cool that I can put my headphones on and hold it on in my lap and play it. So
yeah, because if you really care about that much, you can always get it on the other systems. You know, that's the nice thing, is it's you know, it's a convenience, the portability. You know, you lose something like that, but it's like you said, it's not that important.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, the gameplay is what's important. As long as that's good, who cares?
Yeah. And you know, even like people that are still buying Switches are still playing Zelda and Mario, and then there's enough to anticipate. Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon, Fear Effect, I guess. So
did we mention World to the West?
No, we did not. World of the West was a game that Ed and I talked about on an earlier episode of Power Block, and it looked really interesting. But you know, I think 2018 will have a big impact on Switch because people are still trying to find it and wanting to catch up on this year's great stuff. Have, you know, maybe a little less of a monster of a game, you know, in terms of Yoshi and Kirby and Fire Emblem, but still impactful games that are like, oh man, those games are fun. And they're good little, I guess, supplemental games to Zelda and Mario and Metroid and stuff. So I think it's going to make an impact. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think there's going to be quality games that still come in, and people now, you can't say that, well, there's no games on Nintendo. Every genre almost is hitting that system for people to buy a game. So you can't say that the system don't got games. It got tons of great indies. It got tons of great first and third party games coming to the system, and stuff we probably think that shouldn't be on the Switch, but it is on the Switch, and it's great. aka Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, we're still expecting like stuff coming like that to the system.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for 2018 for games for Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Jesse? Think Switch is
Yeah,
gonna have a big 2018?
Yeah, I definitely do. Kind of like Ed was saying, it's like at this point, like, moving forward into this year, early already into 2018, there's gonna be something for everyone to play, and yeah, and I think unfortunately those people that say there's no games for the Switch are like people who are like maybe not, don't know a whole lot about the Nintendo franchise and like the games they make. Like they're just getting one because it's the in thing to get right now. Because I mean, there's so much to play, but it's a matter of, if you have to watch videos on it on, like online or whatever it is to understand what it is, it's, and they do a pretty good job with some of the games, giving you a little like trailer of it that you can watch in the e-store or e-shop or whatever. But I think that's the thing, is if like you just gotta do a little bit of research. It doesn't take too much, and you can find a lot of stuff that you like, that you're into, if you look. So yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be an awesome year for Nintendo. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. I've said on Power Block and even NGR and Arsenal X at some point, like Switch has my most anticipated year. Like it is just exciting to, like, yeah, I'm excited for God of War for PS4, right? But it's not the same type of excitement as like I'm so ready for them to announce this Nintendo Direct, and it's like I am smiling ear to ear and like ready to like jump up and down when they're like, oh, by the way, it's January 5th at blah 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 time, and like Ed and I are just gonna sit there and watch it, and like that night we're gonna do the reacts to the Direct, and it's like, man, I'm just so excited, and I'm excited for I'm excited to do the Arsenal X stuff with Sea of Thieves, and I'm excited to try State of Decay and Crackdown. We do multiple podcasts because we love multiple systems and stuff, and it's like it's all great and I'm excited, but man, when Nintendo stuff gets announced, there's something like magical about it, and it's just like super exciting. So Switch is my most anticipated library for 2018, and I'm excited to continue talking about it.
All I know is y'all punks better get Street Fighter 30th anniversary so y'all can get dealt with my Akuma. My skills are ready.
Well,
Corey, hold on. Corey, it's gonna be my yellow Joy-Cons versus your blue Joy-Cons.
It's true.
We shall see who will win.
That's true. My blue ones are very pretty. I have not taken them off since I got them, and I'm love them so much. Oh,
so jelly of you.
I know you are, but it's okay. It's okay, Ed.
Look, you got the blue Joy-Cons, and I got the Xenoblade Pro controller.
I know. Don't remind me. But that's gonna wrap it for this first expansion pack episode. Remember to download Nintendo Power Block or watch it here on our YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. Leave us your questions. Email the show at nintendopowerblog@gmail.com. Jesse, Edward, Corey. Until next week, we love you.
Woo!